Welcome in, everybody. This is Momo Rants. I'm in ranting about my Washington Wizards today. Washington Wizards trade, what a blockbuster trade for the Dallas Mavericks. All you Dallas Mavericks fans, because if you're a Cowboy fan, you more likely you root for the Dallas Mavericks. This is crazy. So, my thoughts on it is this makes Washington better for the next season. And although Anthony Davis is still hurt, keep playing. D'Angelo Russell comes with their trade. So other ball players. We already got a defensive. One of the guys I've got in Washington, he can play defense. Anthony Davis makes us better. So we get all these drafts. What I don't like, well, I wouldn't say I don't like. Um, Washington gave up, I think, two first rounds picks and a three. Or was it three first round picks in 2 seconds? Here's the thing about first round picks. I know, Mouse. So here's about these first round picks that Washington gave up. First round picks normally don't mean shit in NBA. It don't mean anything because if you a first round pick, if you go down to number 9 or number 10, you're not getting any great ball players. You get okay ball player, but you're not getting a top of the line A+ player. If you tell me the first, if this a number 5 pick on the first round, anything behind number 7 or 8, oh maybe you get some. The first 5, yes. It depends on what the draft class is in the NBA and college and things like that. So they made Washington a lot better. They be able to compete better with other teams. Um, the pick and roll gonna be crazy when Anthony Davis gets back if he don't get hurt again. Tripped over his pinky toe. Um, I'm not a fan of the what's his name? I forgot his name. Trey. I'm not a fan of Trey. I think he's like most NBA shooting guards, just jack up shots and they go in. You jack them up, okay, go in. People think Steph Curry. Steph Curry will do is jack up shots. Run around, get screens and get open. He jack up shots. I'm not saying he's not a good shooter. I'm saying that's what he does. So that's just crazy. Let me look at this trade. This trade is crazy, crazy. Okay, the first round. Okay, the deal with the Thunder 2026 and the Warriors top 20, they can pick in 2030. So it's 26 and 2030 for those first round picks. The Mavs aggressively exploring the market for David Simpson. Yeah. Okay.
This is a story that makes everyone
I'm
cry.
trying to listen to
Laugh,
this
cry,
because
ugly
I don't know
cry, and
what's going
definitely
on with that.
not cry.
This is crazy.
But it's okay.
Cray
You can
Cray,
always blame it on the altitude.
Super Bowl week and NBA trying to do something.
Is on the move again, Charles? What can you tell us?
Okay.
This is a trade deadline week stunner. Anthony Davis, the 10-time NBA All-Star, has been traded to the Washington Wizards. So the Wizards are acquiring a future Hall of Fame big man. The Mavericks are getting back some players, a couple of young players, but two first-round draft picks and 3 second-round picks. But let's look at AD going to the Wizards now. He's joins Trae Young. They just acquired the multi-time All-Star, formerly.
Okay, this is crazy.
Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George.
Okay, okay. So Washington, they got half the starters because I think 2 of those are starters, and I think this now we can all see the trade for Luka for the Dallas point of view was a bust, but not for the Lakers point of view, but for the 76ers. I mean, for the Mavericks point of view has been a bust. For the Lakers, it's been fine. They just they locked in for another player for 10 plus years. But for the Dallas Mavericks, it has been the trade in the beginning was a shit show because nobody liked the trade. Luka was shocked. He had to deal with it. Now Washington get 4 players out the deal. I think 2 or 3 starters. DeAndre Russell is nothing to sneeze about. And Washington already got someone who could play defense. And I forgot the guy's name. Now they get Anthony Davis. They already got Trae Young there, which I'm not a big fan, as I said. Good evening, brother. Hey, what's going on with you? So I am pretty much surprised of this because usually Washington, they just dump players to Washington and we suck. But because we got we got a defensive Paul player, I forgot his name, he could play defense, and AD coming in there, although he's still on the mend, he's hurting. And you got Trae Young, good like that. So they looking for now to win games, get in the playoffs. So they're just going to be like a mid to average team, maybe get in the playoffs or the play-in tournament, possibly this year, more likely for next year. And they give up 2 number 1 draft picks, 2026 from the Oklahoma Thunder and a number 2030 from the Golden State Warriors and 3 number 2 picks. Let me explain to you, everybody who doesn't understand this. In the NBA, number 1 pick, first round picks don't really mean anything unless you're doing the first 5. You maybe get something in the 6, maybe the 7. If we stretch it, 8. After that, it's buyer's remorse. Because you don't see a whole lot of great ball players getting dropped down to number 10, number 12, number 15. All those are players, when you get those go down the pick and go to the first round, they number 15 pick, number 18 pick in the draft, they are filling in slots. And you just sort of like football. Hey, he's a good fit for that team. He could do this, he could do that. He's not an all-star. He's not going to change your team. He's not going to make your team essentially better. And that's what the NBA draft is. My personal opinion, the NBA need to get rid of the lottery. Some people think it's fixed. Some people think many years ago when the New York Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing, get that ping ball go their way. And some people thought it was orchestrated by the NBA, by at the time the commissioner of the NBA, Robert Stern, to give the Knicks opportunity to get Patrick Ewing. They need to get rid of the ping pong balls. They just got to get rid of it. Doesn't mean anything. It looks cool because of lottery. You see that on lottery picks, and you doing on pick 3, pick 4. Oh, it's cool. But the cool went out over 10, 15 years ago. Get rid of the lottery. I don't know why this is a deal on this at all. So my personal opinion, get rid of it, marinate on it, and say, hey, let's do a regular pick. The teams will go 1 through 5 who got bad records. If you got bad records, you go where your team based on the record. Let's do that. That's like NBA doing this tournament thing they do in the season because they try to make it look different for the for because of soccer, because Major League Soccer and World Soccer they have tournaments in mid-season. Who cares? Nobody. NBA like that. I don't know why they even do. Anybody is a broken part. The NFL's offseason is more exciting than the NBA's playoffs. I agree with that because what the NBA always do, because they set B-Dunk, they set a timetable for for the trade deadline is already always around this time of the year because Super Bowl ain't here yet. So now they can make some wheeling and dealing before the Super Bowl. That's what they did. This is cray-cray to me. So I don't know. I can't call it. But this is crazy. This is crazy. Now my Washington Wizards, they're gonna be better. How much better? I don't know. They just gave the Washington Wizards 4 players in this trade. Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, and 2 other guys I'm not familiar, or I kind of know, but I don't know the names escape me now. While the Mavericks get some young players from Washington. Let me see. Let me double check that.
This is a story that makes everyone cry. Laugh, cry, ugly.
Will AD be healthy? That's the question, AD be done. Because here's the thing about him. He's hurt now. He's injury prone. So what are we getting? How many games is he going to play? Okay, let me see.
This is a trade deadline week stunner. Anthony Davis, the 10-time NBA All-Star, has been traded to the Washington.
So let me see. How old is this Anthony Davis right now?
Big man, the Mavericks are getting back some players, a couple of young players, but 2 first-round draft picks and 3 second-round picks. But let's look at AD going to the Wizards now. He's joined Trae Young, who they just acquired.
Okay. So they Washington getting Dante Exum. I think he's a point guard. And Jaden Harley, who's their starting for. While the Wizards, so Washington get 4 players. Anthony Davis, Jaden Harley, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. And they trade. Chris Middleton is on that team too. What up, everybody? What up? How y'all doing? Hit that like button. So watch the Dallas Mavericks. I forgot we had Chris Middleton on the team. So they get AJ Johnson, Michael Brownham. Okay, get 2 young players and a veteran. And Washington give up 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. So Washington was smart. Hey, I'll give you 2 first-round picks, but one will be in 2026, and the other one will be the one we have for 2030. And that's not going to affect our first-round pick because we already have another first-round pick. So that's not going to affect us. And that being said, Washington already got a stronghold of a good defensive back-end player, got his name. And so to bring AD in there, bring D'Angelo Russell, I think it's a good thing. We'll see, because we'll win more games now. Because right now, Washington they just got blown out by the Knicks the other day by 30-something points. Teams won't be blowing us up, blowing us away like that. And then the Lakers just beat us down. So I see a scenario where Washington wins maybe another 15 to 20 games, maybe 20 to 22 games, and they sneak and they back there possibly play in the play intern to get in the game, which I think this is stupid. So this is really a future for next year. I am shocked they even made this trade for AD, but AD still hurt. AD still is still hurt. AD is still hurt. So that doesn't mean anything. Um, so in the Super Bowl, they're saying that Donald for the Seattle Seahawks, his obliques feels really good. They must inject him with something. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let me look up NFL news. I gotta find something out. NFL news. So, what everybody think of this? I'm gonna ask everybody. Anybody's in here, please answer this. The Cardinals is going to hire Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator. I mean, can anybody comment on that? I don't know. I guess the name always floats around. I always hear that name. When it has the Senior Bowl happened already? The East West Shrine game already happened already? I don't know. Has it?
Let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. People Jackson just hired Frank Reich to become their team's next offensive coordinator.
So,
Man, this
so how old is Frank? So Frank, yeah, last week. Okay. So Frank Reich is the Jets' new offensive coordinator.
checks the most on.
But what is the coach going to do? I know. So that's just crazy. That's crazy that he didn't take the offensive coordinator job for. Cause I think they offered him that for Philadelphia, but he didn't take it. That's just crazy. That's crazy for me. It's just crazy. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I hope. And in Washington news, hopefully they will do something. You know, so Joe Witt, the former defensive coordinator for the Washington football team, he has got a job for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Good luck with you. Washington will be okay. Washington putting together a great staff. Oh yeah. We definitely doing that. We go Momo. You guys would draft Ruben Bang for Miami. I, I don't know because you never know with the draft. Because the draft is it's a fickle animal. It's fickle, just like your like women and some men. It's fickle. We don't know what the preference is or who's going to piss somebody off, who or what they don't like, and this stupid combine testing they do for your trying to meet the what's name that testing they do? Oh yeah, I agree, but we don't know what that testing they do for your intellect in the NFL, and they do all the Wonderlic test, I believe it's called, which is the what? No, they want somebody to sit down and take this test, then determine if and that's one part of it, and then they have that bullshit combine. I don't I don't watch the combine. I haven't watched the combine over 10, maybe 15 years. Because all it is another version of slavery to me. I know I'm pushing buttons. That's all it is. Because and when I say slavery, slavery from black folks, white folk, Hispanics. It is another version because I don't get it. Why do you and everybody gets excited about who ran the fastest? Who ran the 40-yard dash fastest? What? The 40 yards? What are we doing here? Football is not played in a straight line. That's what they're saying. No, I look in it for a player. I look for their agility, their quickness. Being fast has nothing to do with quickness. You can be fast as fuck, but you don't have that first quick step or that quick move. It's about agility and quickness and agility. How can he absorb a tackle? How can he move a certain way where he doesn't get hit so he can get a first down? And all these having offensive linemen jump up and down, and see who can jump the highest. Guys, that's the joke of the year, or the century, or 10th century, or decades. Because getting the offensive line to jump as high as he can. What? If you told me that was a defensive player when you got a defensive player try to get their hands up to knock the ball down like that, yeah, and people like some people out there will say, "Hey, that's not true." That no. So I personally don't watch the combine. It shows offensive linemen running fast, jumping up and down, and how high you can jump, how high you can do that. What? What's up, Chris? What's up? So, Chris, I was talking about how Washington Wizards got that trade Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, and two other ball players from the Mavericks, and we gave them three of ours. Who's one of them is a veteran who should be with the Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Middleton, and Momo watching Chat Sports, good show. Momo watching Chat Sports, good. I'm just saying, and so we, as a Washington fans, I mean, this team, based on what we got, Chris, based on what we got last night, Chris. I mean, what we got today, we could compete, maybe possibly get in a play-in tournament, which I think is the dumbest shit in the world. If you ain't good enough to get in, well, almost everybody basically get in. Why you do a play-in tournament? So I never like that. But that's for the future. Now it's all depends on Anthony Davis because we know he ain't gonna keep healthy. We give them two number ones, draft two number one first round picks, and three number twos. But here's the problem with I know some Dallas fans out here saying, yeah, we got no, those number twos or number ones. One was it's in 2026, was next year, or for the draft coming up, and the other one is 2030. But here's the problem. Here's the major problem with first round picks. Like I was saying, it don't matter in the NBA. First round picks, if you ain't getting the first, maybe the first 5 to 7, they just fill in. Yeah. On that, Chris, I enjoyed your thing last night, and I'm honored that anybody comes to my chat. I just need to get my subs up. I'm on a sub hole. Absolutely. I'm campaigning for subs. I want to be where I can get super chats, and do other things on here and show videos and do things. I want to do that and talk to y'all guys personally. I'm working on that, so I want to be able to be the best I can be on here. I want to be so good that people will recognize, because there's another Momo on here, and it's like a cat or something, or whatever it looks like. But I want to be the Momo. Maybe I need to change my name to Captain Momo. Shit. I probably need 356. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely learning. I learn the particulars because I know people want information. They want better information. They want to know my opinion because they want to hear me rant and wave and stuff like that. I'm going about to rant on the NBA, but the NFL, but the combine. Y'all guys need to stop boosting their ratings on the combine. It is the biggest joke in sports today. Because the Wonderlic test is so one-sided because they know that some people don't know, some of these players are coming, they don't really know their football or coverages or this. And it's horrible. I don't know what's on those questions, but what I hear all the time, how players failed the test. A lot of players failed the test, but when they come into playing football, they got seed expectation because the Wonderlic test showed them will say, hey, he took the test, but he failed on the test because he didn't know his knowledge, or I guess what a route is, what this is, what that is. I hate, repeat, I shouldn't say hate. I hate the Wonderlic test. It's an arrogant way to try to judge a player's ability on the field. Man, what's going on? So I like I said, it has been at least 15, maybe 20 years since I watched an NFL combine. And those of you who watch the NFL combine and sit there and watch that slow burn or watch that and listen to those announcers and sit and take the time of your life to watch that, shame on you. All you doing is getting NFL ratings Football is not made, again, I'm going to say it again and again and again and again. Football is not a straight line. That's what the 40-yard dash is. It's one of the lit tests. There are so many players, Vinny, who fails it, who failed that test. Football is not made in a straight line. A 40-yard dash, which everybody gets to say, oh, he ran a 4.3, he ran a 4.1. Speed is never a thing that gonna win you football games. You can't go straight down the line. Somebody going, that's not football. Because if you look at Tyreek Hill, he got crazy speed. What they do, they put a zone up and make sure he doesn't get behind the defense. So the quarterback throws it, they got to be a damn perfect pass. Hold up. Football speed, and for a wide receiver going down a straight line is never going to work because they'll put a zone on you. So like what the NBA do, or what basketball, don't say the NBA, or what basketball does, hey, this guy is killing us in the paint, we can't stop him. What they do, we're going to put a box in one. We're going to have three guys. Every time he gets inside, he's going to have three guys on him where he's going to have to pass the ball out to somebody else to shoot. There's nobody outrunning coverage anymore. It's impossible to outrun coverage when you're in the zone, Vinny. I'm telling boy, you need to watch some more film. Speed is never down a straight line, Vinny. That's probably true, Carmen. He's probably time is up. I'm trying on Vinny. There's nobody can run a straight line. Football is not a straight line. Football is about angles. It's about angles or route running where you gotta go side to side, diagonally, triangularly, whatever it is. It's never about a straight line. You never see a route runner when he catch a long bomb. He's going one way, then he turns this way, then he goes straight up the field because he just beat his man. I say it's another version of slavery for white athletes, for black athletes, for Hispanic athletes, and you know. And I had somebody send me an email about what I said about about the NFL African American owners, and I said it's a shame that they haven't named one. So everybody wanted. So this person and somebody else said something to me in my real life. A couple people in my real life said it, and I had to check them on that. They said, well, didn't Saleh used to coach the Jets? Isn't he a new head coach? I said, what? Saleh. You do know what his nationality is, don't you? He said, yeah, he's black. I said, Saleh's not black. He's Lebanese. Some people need to take a test because they damn slow. Just because you look a certain way don't mean you are that way. So I had to check that person, those three individuals out. I had to check them on that and say, hey, Saleh is definitely Lebanese. So we had the combine coming in, which is going to have the horrible test, this horrible review, and everybody's, he get the fastest man. He's the fastest man in the 40-yard dash. He get this bonus or this prize or this money. I wouldn't care about reciting American that pledge. You just I'm okay. I'm gonna read what you said. Common Flick Fusion. I want to enlighten you something that you don't even know. I bet Momo's just saying some people can't recite the American pledge anymore. It's getting sad. Why would I recite that? The national anthem has been cut up. Oh, say, can you see? Okay. The national anthem that's played in all sporting events is racist because they cut out the part that was racist. It's racist. I don't know where you've been at. Go back and listen to the whole thing. You'll see the truth. Oh, I'm definitely a vet. I'm definitely a military man, and I praise the military. There is a racist part. Yes, y'all don't know it because they don't say that. I'm telling you, if you the national anthem that they play in ball games, they cut out the whole thing. It's a long song. The song is long. I'm telling. If you read, I'm just giving you the truth now. And by the way, Colin Kaepernick wasn't wrong what he did. He was told by certain military veterans. That's how we honor. I did. Is putting knees down. It was America who don't understand that got carried away. Even your own owner, if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, said not one person better never put a knee down. A knee was never disrespecting the flag. A knee was about honoring the flag and the ones who died for their loved ones. But Colin Kaepernick got ostracized. I digress. Let me stop talking about that because I don't want anybody leaving and getting mad at me. But you didn't sing, but you didn't sing the whole song though. You didn't sing the whole song, Kelly Fisher. Go back. You can look up the words. You could YouTube it. And you can see how people are breaking that song down. So I'm just saying, the country losing what respect? Has this country ever had respect? What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah, it was a long time ago. I'm not sitting here saying that. I'm just saying that it was. They are in that song. People realize they talking about slaves. I'm fine with no prayers to school. I'm fine with no prayers to school. To be honest with you, I'm fine with no praying to school. Ain't nobody praying over me. I'm fine with that. Really say lighten up. I'm fine with nobody praying for school. Do you know I grew up in the area where they prayed in school? I'm 64 years old, born in Washington, D.C. You know I was in school when they was doing the prayers. You know what we did? No one prayed. None of us prayed at the time they was doing all that praying. Because they sat us down and said, y'all guys go pray. We didn't say anything. We prayed to ourselves because they allowed us to pray to ourselves. We didn't pray. Nobody prayed. It was a time of us so we wouldn't have to do no homework or do any work in school. That was a time for us to lay our head down for about 10 minutes, maybe get a quick nap or whatever. Nobody really cared about praying. I'm gonna tell you, I was born then. I was around then. These kids aren't doomed because it's for the parents to teach the kids. Because teachers should never be teaching your child. That's what my parents taught me. Hey, I need you to teach them certain things, but for anything else, We got this. We got this. I know it's still structured, but sometimes they don't teach the right thing. They don't teach kids the right thing. And I get it. We live in a time where kids are bossy, aggressive, teachers are scared of them, and all that intimidation. I understand that. But at some point, your parents got to be one who should be doing the teaching at the house, because what you were taught at school, you should bring that back. And my parents went over what we was taught. But I digress. I digress. Yeah, I got hit by a paddle too. Comment. I definitely did. Um, so like I said, the combine coming in, I won't watch it. Yeah, I can watch it. The draft is on its way, and everybody's excited. I think for me, when I watch, well, I said it to Mark Holmes several times. When I watch the draft, I think I watched maybe the first. I maybe watched the first round. No, I watch when my team gets picked, number get picked, pick their pick their players. Who are the team? Who are the picks? Okay, that's who they got. Okay, good, good, good. I'm out of there. I don't watch nothing else. I don't watch the second round. I don't watch nothing else. I don't watch no moves they did, because I find out later who they pick up. The reason I don't watch it anymore, because most of these players, we don't know if they're going to turn out to be good, bad, or indifferent. We just don't know. So for me, I'm going to watch my team, my Washington football team, pick who they pick. And okay, good. I'm out of there. I have no interest in watching no more rounds or see who gets who. I really don't. I really don't. Because your best players aren't in the first round. Your best player are later down the round that we don't know of, or they slip down to the second round or the third round for whatever reason. The Wonderlic test or the combine testing, they didn't do good in the combine, so you gonna drop them down. Or when you had when you had the interview with them with that particular player, he had an attitude, he wasn't listening, or he was in trouble, he got in some trouble with the law, or he hit his girlfriend. So then y'all gonna drop him down. So y'all gonna drop him down based on his interaction in a interview, or some crime he might have done, but he no, whatever, he might found not guilty, or the girlfriend says this, that, and the third, or like that, to hurt himself. And so there's a lot of character assassination going on. We don't know what is true, what is not true. So a lot of times these players get dropped to the third or fourth round. Characters don't know. Characters does not matter in football. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Characters don't matter in football. If I know you can tackle, I know you can sack a quarterback, I know you can run the ball like a deer, I'm picking you. That's the NFL one-on-one. The best players on there got the most character issues, stuff like that. Dez Bryant was not a good man, good person, but he was a hell of a receiver. Dallas Cowboys picked him up. That's what Jerry used to do. He used to get players that wasn't good outside football. He was doing the Al Davis deal. Hey, nobody don't want you. Well, you got a place here for us. You would make a fine GM, Momo. Charles Mann, Dexter Manning would never pass them the test. Yes, I agree, Oscar. Dexter Manley couldn't read or write. They didn't have that shit back then. Dexter Manley could not read or write. And he slipped down to the fourth or fifth round. Joe Gisdus picked him right up. What the? Oh, man, I'm sorry, Bobby Beathard. They was good players and like that. Now Charles Mann on the other side of the ball, he was an educated man. I don't know why he slipped there because a lot of times people at that time are threatened when a person is so intelligent and talk so well. They don't think you should be in football. Why aren't you going with your degree and being a lawyer or a scientist or a doctor or paralegal because you how you talking is like that? I don't think any man can read or write. Probably so. It's a lot of cowboys couldn't read or write. A lot of cowboys back in the day was coked up. A lot of these players was coked up on the sideline. They had coke and drugs. A plethora of them was sitting on the sideline doing drugs on the sidelines. All the NFL players was doing this. There was no cameras out there seeking and looking. We got too many cameras in on the field. I personally, yeah, I'm gonna do another hate. Here's another hate. I'm going to say, I can't stand that camera go across the field. You know, they be sliding when they're on the play snap. It it for me deters me going to a football game. I went to several football games, and I see that thing. It it blocks me from watching the game, so to speak, because it's going across and they throw a long pass and like that. So some of the quarterbacks have to. They see that sometimes they got to throw. That's why you see a lot of bad passes sometimes because that thing is up high. So if you want to throw along a good spiral, it's in the way. So that thing go across the field. I'm not watching during football games or I'm at football games. I don't want to see it. Can you imagine LT playing this era with social media? Hell no. He'd be they were saying he was coked up and they'll probably suspend him. He'd be on the commissioner's list. So what I got to do over when somebody was wide open down the field, that's advantage. That's advantage for the offense. For me, that's advantage for the defense. Excuse me. You know, there's been incidents where that happened, Benny. Again, that's an advantage for the defense, and it's also you could say it's an advantage for the offense. That why is we don't need that camera, those camera angles in the football game. For me, you don't. They want to do all these angles, try to get everything right by play and stuff like that. We got enough cameras on there. We got that thing for no more chain gang. We got this thing. How do we know that thing is accurate? That digital thing is accurate. We don't. We don't. I'm against it. I'm not for it. I wish they get rid of it. Get rid of the combine. Treat these players like human beings. Stop treating them like they commodities, like they corn or tobacco. That's what we need to do. Anybody haven't sent any likes on here, please do. And like that, I'm trying to get to 200 subs today. If anybody know anybody who wants to join and see a loudmouth individual like myself, which is Momo Rants, if you anybody want to know, just send your people over here. Your mom and dad, your best friends, you want to be friends, the people that you hate, the people who discuss you, even your grandparents, if they can't type or walk, or they in the walker, I don't care. If they on death row, send them over here. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Now, and like that, Vinny, tell your son, tell your grandson, tell your wife. When you go to work, when you go to the grocery store, say, "Hey, I'm gonna show you something. This is Momo Ranch. You got this. This guy's funny." When you meet going around your family and friends, and you say, "Hey, you got this. You got to subscribe to this dude. He is funny as hell. Do this, do that, do this." I want everybody to. I want the army of the Momo Rantees to go out there and go in full force and get my likes up, my subs up. If you do that, I'll truly appreciate it. Because I am Momo. I am the biggest ranter that you will ever see, ever imagine in your life. I don't stop talking. I'm like energizing bunny. You can't stop this. You got to pull the battery out. That's what you. So my takes are very good. Some people used to call me the next Stephen A. Smith in my family. They said, "Boy, you will never stop talking." I say, "Nah, don't stop. Don't stop. Won't stop. Get it, get it." Watch it, Eagles and 49ers game, terrible play calling. I agree it's terrible play calling. That's because the referees not full time. The NFL is all about skimming money, saving money. That's why the NFL will never be accurate and tell you how much these teams really make. They'll put out there a number out there for you foolish fans to believe that it's that number. It's not. Corporations put out numbers. It's not. It's more. If we really found out how much they really make, and y'all really found out, y'all be mad. Tell you a little secret. I can't name the company because I don't want them coming at me. I'm telling you a little quick story. There was a company. The numbers they was putting out there, they were saying we was making at the time $37 million that year. And I was like, I laughed, and a couple of people we laughed. At the time, we was making close to $400 million in a year. No company, repeat, no corporation will ever put out the correct number. It's sort of like when America, when we throw terrorist attacks, you'll be surprised, an ex-military guy, how many terrorist attacks we had thwarted after 9/11 and before 9/11, because they don't want America to worry. Just like companies. Companies don't put out the real numbers because they don't want you to know that they making all this crazy money, and then you say to yourself, "Wow, NFL making that. They hardly making no money." It's just like when companies make all this money and the CEO gets this parachute money, or when he leaves, he get $300 million or $200 million parachute money. He get all this money. How can he make that kind of money and the company ain't making the money? Y'all don't know, the math don't be mathing, does it? Oh, this is the Wizards. Okay, Drew. What they did, Drew, they traded they did a trade with Dallas Mavericks, and they got Anthony Davis, D'Angelo. Hold on. D'Angelo Russell and two other another starter, and we gave Middleton and two other young prospects, and the Mavericks. We also gave the Mavericks 2 number 1 draft choice and 3 number 2s. But here's the kicker: the 2 number 1s they gave them. One is in 2026 and the other is in 2030. So the Washington Wizards got a lot better, but Anthony Davis is an accident waiting to happen. He's still injured. But because we have this, I forgot his name on there, he's a good defender. They'll make the team better with D'Angelo, and you got Trey. And so we will be a better basketball team. We'll win more games down the stretch. I think they can beat the Sixers now. Based on the players we have, we can beat the Sixers now. I don't think Embiid is going to be in the league in the next 3 years. I think Embiid is washed. Personally, the Washington Bullets name had to, when that was the Washington Bullets, they had to change the name. And Drew, you know why they changed that name, Drew. Why did they change that name, Drew? If we do it. All right. Oh, yeah, I agree. Y'all be in contender, y'all get him. So, Drew, why did they change? You know why they changed the name of the Washington Bullets to some dumbass, stupid ass Final Fantasy video game name called the Wizards? Do you know? You want me to say it? What's the reason they changed it? Do anybody know? The reason they changed the name from the Washington Bullets to the Washington Wizards, because at that time there was a drug war. It was people was getting killed. The crack epidemic had overflowed. People was dying. People was dying at a rate of 30 a day in DC, in the inner cities. People was dying, 30 to 50 people was dying a day. So they say, hey, we can't be having this and stuff like that. So they, right, Chris, you're absolutely right, it was guns. So they changed. So they had to change. The Wire is based on the Washington, D.C. It's a true story. The Wire is all about Washington, D.C. in the hood. I know that neighborhood. I know that area where they was doing the Wire and they was doing that. That's D.C. That's D.C. Like, Do the Right Thing was Spike Lee stealing shit from DC. Spike Lee stole the idea of a radio station sitting out on the block watching the community. That was WOL, like that. Because Spike Lee stole the ideas. A lot of these movies, this was stolen from DC. Yeah, we do. Hey, I'll be back in 5 because I gotta do something real fast. Y'all come back. Hey, nah, Momo, you crossed the line. We had the same feeling, and then New York stopped. No, y'all didn't. DC started for Momo. I could Do the Right Thing. It was filmed in my neighborhood. I understand it was filmed in your neighborhood. I'm saying the idea of it came from DC. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta do something real fast and like that. I'll be right back.